Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Third Coast Reptile right here on YouTube. Last weekend I went to the North American Reptile Breeders Conference in Tinley, Illinois, and today I'm going to show you guys that video coverage. Plus, I did an interview with our sponsor, Husbandry Pro. They were nice enough to give me a few moments of their time. We did some Q&A, and I get to show you guys that on today's video. Don't forget, we're also going to be doing an Under the Show segment. We're answering one of your questions right here on Third Coast Reptile. Hey guys, today we are at the North American Reptile Breeders Conference, Tinley, Illinois. This is 2025, the spring series here. Third Coast Reptile on location. We're going to show you as much as we can today before the general admission. This is VIP access today. So let's go ahead and see what we have to offer here at the Tinley Reptile Expo. I might go home broke today. I'm not really sure. He's only 5,000, so if you guys want to give me a loan, let me know. Hey guys, I'm here with Zach from Husbandry Pro, my sponsor, and we're hanging out here at the North American Reptile Breeder Conference here at Tinley, Illinois in spring. Tell me a little bit about Husbandry Pro. I've been trying to talk to my fans about it in my videos. Why is Husbandry Pro such a great have and for your reptiles?
So Husbandry Pro is just the most inclusive program out there. Before I started working with the company, I tried a lot of other software issues, and nothing did everything. And that's the thing with Husbandry Pro is like, if you can think about it, we do it. We've got the reporting. You want husbandry tracking, we got it. You want the advanced level stuff for like business stuff, up to that next tier and get into the commercial stuff where you get access to your dedicated storefront, which is like your own website. You get a free LinkedIn with your account. It just offers so much. And we've added all these features for 5 years. We've just been adding. We've never went up on the price for anyone. We're actually dropping an entirely new version of the software program, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months.
Be on the lookout for that.
Be on the lookout for that. News is coming soon. Hopefully we'll get an official launch date or at least a beta launch date in the next couple of weeks.
So I don't know if I told you guys this real quick, but when I started out, before I reached out to Husbandry Pro, I wanted to build an app just like this because I needed it. I genuinely needed it for all my tortoises at home, all of the things I needed to care for at home. And then I started researching how much it would cost to develop an app, to create the software, and then to have it work functionally where, other people could use it too. And then I realized that it was just so much. And I want to thank you guys for having this access to you guys where, these sort of things can be used by everybody at a low price. And in fact, if you guys have 5 reptiles or less, it's free. I mean, you guys practically give this stuff away.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about it is that, it does so much stuff, and we were so big on adding things for people in the beginning. And people don't realize, they're like, oh, like we've talked to a lot of developers, like, oh, I could do something like this. It's when you add something and it doesn't work right. And you have to go through and spend more development dollars and time, and that's where I feel like, strived in this specific place that we're in the market is because, our owner, myself, we own reptiles. We have reptiles, the person who's in charge of all of our coding, our owner, is an avid reptile owner who's been in the hobby for 30 years, owns, 100 plus animals, and then we have an entire team of software developers to back us up. And that's where we're different, because what you get a lot of these times is you get people like it's a pet project, it's a passion. Like, oh, I know how to code, I know how to program. Let me see if I can make something. And honestly, that's what most of the other models around that you'll find is just somebody's pet passion that they did. Nothing wrong with that. But we bring an entire team of dedicated developers from a software company. We're owned by a parent software company, who's owned by our owner, and so we get stuff done. We have, we can draw on 8 different developers at any given time to come in and knock a project out and troubleshoot stuff, that a lot of other people have had to do in their spare time on weekends outside of their normal day job. And so that's why we've been able to keep up with the updates, keep stuff flowing, keep it relevant, that's why there's a subscription to it also, honestly, because, you're getting that. You're getting the constant updating, the constant development, the always improving,
Right.
And you're not going to get that with any other service.
And like, I don't know about you guys, but with myself, I started out with just a basic Excel platform and just typing things in manually every day. And that still doesn't give you all the benefits of Husbandry Pro, where if you have family members that are taking care of your reptiles, you want to know that they're entering that data and that data is accurate for that reptile. You have so many things, like you mentioned, you have reptile background yourself, doing supplements, doing vitamins, doing UVB changes with your bulbs. I mean, all those things have to be tracked. And Husbandry Pro is one of those apps that allows you to keep on top of that, to make sure that you have insurance, that it's an insurance policy for your reptiles, to make sure that everything's done correctly all the time, consistently for you guys. I do not have horses.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said you had horses.
No, I don't have horses.
But I use it for my dogs. I've got a dozen different species of reptiles I keep, but my dogs are in there. My cats are in there. I just set up a custom species for them, and I use it to keep up with their records. I have it for all of my animals. We have one user who uses it for his cars. Because it's that customizable. Like for animal type, he's got the make. For the species, he's got the model. And then he sets up custom activities for oil changes and stuff. I mean, it's so crazy what you can do with our system. It's like there's, your imagination is the limit.
And that's amazing, guys. I didn't even think about that myself. That you could hybridize this thing for anything you want, even like plants for your enclosures and stuff. You have a nursery at home. You want to take care of your plants and make sure they're getting nutrients and being humidified every day, and that this could be the way to do that.
Spiders and and even on the next system, we're going further to make it even better for people who do. Our spiders and our isopods and stuff like that. We're setting it up a little bit better for iso colonies and stuff. So, always improving, always making it better for, not just the reptiles specifically in the community, but everything that we have in the community.
Okay. Now, I did see you guys are partnering with a shed program.
Yes, we recently partnered with shedtesting.com. That's Carly from Gray Rider Reptiles. So now you can order your shed testing directly on Husbandry Pro. We actually have the fastest checkout system of any system available for shed testing in the world.
Okay.
And you do not have to be a Husbandry Pro member. We get a lot of people like, oh, I don't use Husbandry Pro. It doesn't matter. Go to Husbandry Pro, click on the shed testing button. You don't even have to sign up for an account with us. Just put in an ID number. We'll give you a QR code when you're done. And you can come back, check your results. You'll get an email when your results come in. You can order a shed test and have it paid for in under 30 seconds and never sign up for an account. Your information is your own. You can keep it private. If you don't want it out there publicly attached to some animal, you just want to just go test something without having to sign up for this and that, come check it out.
See, guys, that just tells you that, this is for the customer. This isn't just a for-profit company. Like, these things are modeled for you to use that benefits you, and that's incredible.
And if you've been thinking about testing out shed testing, now's a great time. The prices just went down $10 a test last week. $50 a test just dropped to $40 a test for all your basic tests now. So making it more cost effective for people.
Incredible. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you guys. There's more to see here at Tinley. We're going to walk around and show you what else is out here. Good. How are you, man?
Good.
Where's the next adventure?
I'm going to Dominica,
Okay.
the West Indies,
All right.
and I leave Tuesday, so I'm back from all this on Sunday, and then on a plane on Tuesday.
All right.
Oh, hey, you. Did we forget about you? Yeah, it looks good. Good enough anyway. You got a channel?
Yeah, Third Coast Reptile.
What is it?
Third Coast Reptile on YouTube?
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Guys, that's my next purchase. It's one of those milk frogs back there. I'd love to get some someday. Did you see those hypo freaking redfoot? Oh my God, they were so cool. And we got to meet Dave Kaufman today. So far, today's been pretty darn awesome. Got questions? Then get your answer right here on Under the Shell. Alright guys, today's Under the Shell segment comes from James, and James asks, what causes a tortoiseshell pyramid? We're talking about pyramiding. So the short answer, James, is there's a lot of elements that we can attribute to pyramiding, but we don't actually know what actually can prevent it 100%. And in fact, wild-caught animals are the only ones that are really going to have a perfectly smooth shell. You could try to, like, you know, your goal to have it as round or as less pyramided as possible, but ultimately wild-caught animals are the only ones that are going to have a smooth shell. Let's first define pyramiding. Pyramiding are these where the scutes of the shell are pyramided up on top of the shell, causing these lumpier shell scutes to occur. And that is, in its minor cases, is just fine. In fact, certain species like the leopard tortoise and some of the Sri Lankan stars and Indian stars naturally pyramid by nature. It's just part of their DNA. It helps them kind of right themselves if they do get flipped over. But let's talk about some of the things that you can do to prevent pyramiding altogether. Number one, make sure your UVB light is perfect, humidity, balanced diet, and you want to make sure that you're giving them enough water and enough soaks to make sure that they are staying hydrated. Those are the main things that you can do for your tortoise, and provide calcium for them as well. We don't want to forget that. Those are the main things collectively to minimize pyramiding from happening. It's not as bad as metabolic bone disease, where the shell actually inverts, which creates a restriction in breathing, but rather just an impurity, imperfection, where the shell sort of has these mountains on top of it. It is something you want to try to avoid, but it's certainly not the end of the world if your tortoise has some level of pyramiding. It's just the nature of captive breeding your tortoise as opposed to having a wild caught. And the reason why those wild caughts have those really nice smooth shells is because they're actually grinding the top of that shell out in the wild when they're going underneath branches, when they're rubbing against rocks. It's just part of nature to have that outdoors. If you're able to mimic that like in Florida, you might be able to get some of those smoother shells. But here in like Michigan, where I have tortoises indoors, it's not as possible to have that perfect smooth shell that everybody wants. I hope that answers your question, and if you want your question answered right here in the Under the Shell segment, you can do so in one of three ways. Number one, you can get your question right here in the comment section of this video. Number two, you can go to the Third Coast Reptile YouTube community chat and ask your question there, or simply go to the Third Coast Reptile Facebook page and ask your question there. Alright guys, let's get back to this video. This is a new product from Exoterra. I actually spoke with a representative who was in this booth here at Tinley. These bulbs are LED bulbs, which is the future of our hobby. Fluorescent tubes are going to get banned sooner or later. The interesting thing about these new bulbs is that they have fully adjustable features, meaning you can actually adjust the amount of UVB or UVA coming out of these bulbs. They're programmable to have sun features where they actually turn on in a gradient, and they have a shutoff feature in the same manner where it gradiently shuts off like a sunset. I'm really excited to see what the future is for this product and where it's going to be in the future. The very first thing I asked the rep was, what about the dangers of UVC exposure when it comes to LED bulbs? He reassured me that through their testing and protocols that they've taken, it's actually a myth. With their bulbs particularly, there's no danger of UVC exposure, but rather overexposure of UVB when it's close up to your reptile's shell or back. So you want to ensure you have proper distances when it comes to installing these in your enclosures. I'm really excited to see what the future is for these when they have the bigger varieties, such as the 4-footers, that I could use at home here at Third Coast Reptile. Alright guys, Third Coast Reptile, we're out of here, we're heading home. I had a great day, saw a lot of cool people, and until next time guys, bye now.